Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We live. We back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, man, and we are the leaders in single entry 3 max and 20 max content. So if that's your particular style of play, man, you found your home here. But even if it's not, if you just playing NBA DFS in general, you still found a home here, man. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bells on. You won't be sorry, I promise you, man. Videos, content on point each and every day on these NBA slates. Just go and do that right now. And while you're doing stuff, go and hit that like button for your boy, man. I greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. Thank you for tuning in. We doing my starting five, talking five plays that's gonna be on my playing pool. That's gonna be in my player pool on DraftKings and FanDuel, barring any injury news or anything like that. So, before we get into it though, got my lineup review pulled up, man. My best lineups from yesterday's slate, as you can see right here on your screen. And my problem yesterday was just way too much Jordan Hawkins. That probably was my only problem. I mean, and I didn't get to enough Spurs. You needed some Wemby out there, but outside of that, I just got to too much Hawkins, man. I had like 80-90% Hawkins, and it just killed me. I'm talking about across both sites. Absolutely destroyed me with that 7 he put up. But, you know, what are you going to do? It happens. Rest of the lineup, you can see CJ McCollum. Once Ingram and Zion got ruled out, it just opened up the door for all of those Pelicans. And I wanted to get to plenty of them, man. I had 2 or 3 of them in almost all my lineups. Some cases I had 4 of them in there, but it was my best lineup on the night, 314. Like I said, CJ is right at 60% on pretty much, was very solid. Hawkins was 47% on. Like I said, I had like double that, and it really hurt me. Did not give us the performance we needed. I thought he would come out there and shoot even more with no Zion than he has been shooting the past 2 games. Just didn't quite work out. Some of those other bench players had great games. Matt Ryan was shooting the laces off that thing. But yeah, so that just hurt me on the night. I was locked in at Wells. Had plenty of Scotty Barnes. He was solid at 46. John Collins was a solid player at 42% on it. I had 100% J Vals. 100% J Val on DraftKings. 100% everywhere. I think I almost had 100% on FanDuel too. He crushed for us right here with 54 fantasy points. Big double out of him. Cole Anthony, once the slate got started, that's what made me mad too, man. Once this Pistons game had locked, they gave the news that Markelle Fultz was out. Man, if I had got that news ahead of time, I definitely would have had a little less Hawking. I would have got to some Cole Anthony and some Jalen Suggs and just that Orlando backcourt over there. Just didn't happen in time for me. What are you gonna do? It's that's the NBA. That's how it rolls, man. The games was staggered to a point that it just didn't come out in time for me. But once we got that news, I got to some Cole Anthony. I got to some Suggs. I got to some Franz Wagner. A little Paulo Banchero. Should have got to a lot more. That's what I needed from this Magic team. But I got to these this backcourt, and they was solid. Cole Anthony at 13% gave us 41 fantasy points. Chetty Osman just needed a value piece and was trying to get different to squeeze Devin Booker in here. I had a lot of Devin Booker last night. This 4%, I was way over. I had like 40% Devin Booker. It worked out for me on DK. He didn't score that great on FanDuel because they don't got the bonus, but I was online. Like I said, Jordan Hawkins just hurt me last night. 314 right here on DK was my best lineup. FanDuel 342, and you're going to see the same story over here, man. Too much Jordan Hawkins. But similar lineup, man. McCollum at 66%. He was solid. Cole Anthony got him at 21% over here. He dropped 40 for you. Jordan Hawkins was just a letdown at 52%. Devin Booker at 6% gave us 56 fantasy points. Kelly Oubre was okay. Franz Wagner, very solid, 43 fantasy points from him. Got to some Laurie marketing over here in this particular lineup. Wanted to get to some more marketing as Clarkson and Collins were coming in super high owned. Well, higher than, I'm going to say super high owned, but higher than marketing. And I thought he's a piece that was going a little bit undervalued, under owned. He's a guy that has 50-point upside. So I wanted to get to him, got to him in this spot at 34%, only 35 fantasy points from him. Jeremy Sohan, 35 fantasy points to him. He was solid over here, 10% on. And then Jonas Valanciunas. Like I said, I just had 100% J Val on both sites. It was the best thing I did last night. But Jordan Hawkins killed me. Tanked so many of my lineups. Like I said, I was 80-90% Jordan Hawkins. So that destroyed my night. Could have had a much better night if we was able to get that news and get up off of some of that Hawkins ownership. But that's the game you play with NBA DFS, man. Let's look at today's slate. Got a nice seven gamer. Got my starting five pulled up on both sites for you. This is going to be just a brief synopsis of the slate, man. This is going to be a very, very interesting slate, especially we're going to see how this news go. But the dilemma you run into right now, I think if the news don't break right, we have a lot of value at the guards potentially. It's already some with guys being ruled out and potentially even more. But the problem with that is all the pay-up options are at the guards. We don't really have any fours to pay up for. So I'm intrigued to see how that play out. If you look at this is all the pay-up options right here. Outside of Jokic and Giannis, it is all guards till you get down here to Jackson. So with all the value being at guards, and right now all the pay-up options are at guard, I'm interested to see how this slate plays out. You definitely gonna need that injury news. Stay tuned, man. Like I said, the starting five, I make them as solid as I can, but sometimes news happen. Like any one of these guys in the starting five could get ruled out, so you gotta be pay attention. It's never just lock and load, guys. You can't get these starting five and just play it and make a lineup and think you're good. Sometimes you can, but you gotta watch the injury news. The plays get better, this, that, and the third. But let's get into it. At the top, T.J. McConnell, point guard. Could very well be another T.J. McConnell slate if Halliburton is out. We're definitely going to need that news. If Halliburton plays, we'll find a pivot and get to some more value that should be floating around out there with the rest of this injury news. But right now, this Halliburton set out the last game. We're just going to treat it like he's out again here against the Cleveland Cavs. And if he is, T.J. McConnell's always in play. He can break the slate for you, or he can just break you. One of the two, but you definitely going to have some interest in T.J. McConnell if Halliburton is out. At the point guard, we already know Scoot Henderson is out. Just fire up Michael Brogdon. He's going to be chalky on this 7-gamer, but I think he's worth it, man. He's been giving you solid performances off the bench, approaching 30 minutes. With no Scoot Henderson here, he should see well over 30 minutes, barring a blowout or anything, or foul trouble, anything like that. And if he's getting over 30 minutes, man, I'm definitely have some interest in Malcolm Brogdon going against these Grizzlies. Like I said, he's probably going to be chalky. Him and Shadon Sharp. Shadon Sharp is questionable. But if he plays, he's going to garner some ownership as well, especially after that performance he had last time out. But if Scoot Henderson missed this Portland team could get absolutely crazy. But Brogdon is going to be one of the staples for me at 6,500. Should be chalky, but we can get different in other spots. At the small forward, going right back to Zion Williams. I'm going to stay in that game, man. This Portland team. Portland and the Wizards are going to be the homecoming team all year, looking like. It's happening early and often to start the season. So I'm going to always be looking, right now, I ain't going to say always, but right now I'm going to be looking to play teams against Portland, teams against the Wizards. And I'm just trying to get a value piece right now while we waiting on news. And Zion Williams is always a solid value. Going to see 30-plus minutes, a threat for a double-double. I like getting to him. I've been playing him a lot this season so far. At the power forward, give me Jalen Williams. SGA is out. So this Thunder team is going to be the team du jour. You're going to want to get pieces from it. I like going to Jalen Williams is my favorite piece at 6,500 just because of his price. Giddey's in play. A lot of Thunder guys are going to be in play, but Jalen Williams is my favorite at 6,500. We saw him last year whenever SGA was out, man. He was really coming on, especially towards the end of the year, giving you 40, 45-point performances. I think you can see that from him here in this spot, especially at this price tag. He's been shooting more this year with SGA in the game playing. So now that SGA is out, I expect him to probably be the number one shot getter on this team. As Giddey doesn't really look to score. Every time SGA is out, he turns into like a more of a facilitator. He gets up a few more shots, but scoring is not really Giddey's thing. He likes to create. I think Jalen Williams could step into that alpha offensive role right here. I love him at 6,500. One of my favorite plays on the slate. Definitely my favorite play on the Thunder. And at the center spot, going Chet Holmgren, 7,600. Gonna get to this Thunder team, man. Like I said, with no SGA, just opens up so much usage and shot attempts to go around. Chet Holmgren has been solid when he stayed out of foul trouble. Anytime he's getting over 30 plus minutes, he's giving you a good score that you can that can help you win on any slate. I don't foresee him getting any foul trouble here, as the Golden State Warriors doesn't have anybody to work inside, so that should help him avoid the foul trouble. He probably get some fouls. A savvy vet like Draymond down there is going to draw a couple of fouls on him, but I'm not worried about any major foul trouble for Chet Holmgren here, as they don't have a big to work down low. There's no offense going through him, so he's not on the ball as much. He can help defend. I like Chet Holmgren at 7,600. You know the type of upside he has with those blocks. He could be in line for a nice double-double here in about 2 or 3 blocks. Give me Chet Holmgren at 7,600. There you have it, just starting 5 on DraftKings. TJ McConnell, Malcolm Brogdon, Zaire Williams, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure going to be in mine, all right? Let's go take a look at FanDuel and see what I'm liking over there. All right. At the top, man, Josh Giddey, 7,900. You're going to want to get to some of these Thunder players with no SGA, I'm telling you. Josh Giddey is, even though he doesn't look to score with SGI, he's more of a facilitator. He is going to score some. He is live for a triple-double here in this spot, man. You know the type of upside Josh Giddey has with no SGA as well. Him and Jalen Williams are both capable players that can get it done. I like them both on this spot, man. My favorite Thunder, Giddey, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. I'm going to get to some of all of them today. But give me Josh Giddey over here on FanDuel, 7,900. I like the price tag a little better than it is on DK. At the shooting guard, staying with Malcolm Brogdon, 6,500. He's going to be chalky over here on FanDuel, but it's no Scoot Henderson. I'm anticipating him moving into the starting lineup. Even if he doesn't, he's going to see big minutes. Like, if the starting lineup came out and Malcolm Brogdon wasn't in it for whatever reason, I wouldn't even get nervous, because he's still going to play big minutes. He's going to see 30 plus with no Scoot Henderson. Give me Malcolm Brogdon at 6,500. At the small forward, staying with Jalen Williams, 6,700. Going to have a lot of Jalen Williams tonight. You can bank on that. Unless he's ruled out or something, give me all the Jalen Williams I can handle tonight. I think he has a big game here in this spot. Pardon me. At the power forward, I'm going to go to Draymond Green on the other side of this game. Just really, right now, just a lack of value at the forward spots. Once again, on FanDuel, it's the same thing. I'm just looking for a play right now. Draymond Green is solid. He's definitely going to be in my player pool, but I hope something opens up, something for cheaper that I can get off some salary here and do a better bill. Because at my center spot, I am pretty much paying up for Nikola Jokic. I don't really trust anybody else at the center spot over here on FanDuel. I'm just going to pay up and get the highest potential scorer on the slate. He should absolutely destroy Dallas down now. Going against Derek Lively, I like him. That's my guy. I done played him a couple times. He's solid when he gets the minutes. But his problem is foul trouble. He is definitely going to be in foul trouble against Jokic. I know they tell you, listen, I'm going to tell you, you're not supposed to try to predict foul trouble. That's a good way to lose in NBA DFS. But in certain spots, I predict it. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. I think Lively is going to be in foul trouble. Dallas is going to be searching for bigs off the bench to come in here and guard Jokic. He is going to absolutely have his way, destroy. It might be a big triple-double down there from Jokic today. He might give you 22, 16, and 12 or something. I like Jokic at 11 and 9. Dallas don't have nobody to guard him. Nobody really has anybody to guard him in the NBA, but Dallas really has nobody to guard him. He is going to have what he wants when he wants. I'm expecting him to carve him up down there. Give me Jokic at the center spot. There you have it, man. Just starting 5 on FanDuel. Nikola Jokic, Draymond Green, Jalen Williams, Michael Brogdon, and Josh Giddey. Get some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure going to be in mine. Y'all already know, man. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. I'll reply as soon as I see them. Hit me up on Twitter. Whatever, man. Talk to me. I talk back. That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.